What's going on, guys? So we are continuing along on our series of really cool products that you may have never even known existed. This is basically where I'm partnering with my channel sponsor eTrailer and even a few other companies to bring you products and tools, ideas, things for your RV, things for your truck, things for organization, things to help you organize, showcasing things that exist that perhaps you can use that you didn't know existed. So in front of you is a perfect example of one of those products. And you may be confused when you look at this thinking it's similar to something else that's out on the market, but this one has a few surprises that you may like. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so in front of you, you were looking at the GoPower DuraCube. What is the GoPower DuraCube? Well, just like a lot of similar products on the market, it is a portable power station. Well, what makes this different than all the other portable power stations that are on the market, including many of those that I've actually reviewed, including products from EcoFlow to Blue Yeti, Jackery, as well as several other brands that are out there that have awkward to pronounce names? Well, this one includes a feature that you typically don't see on one of these types of portable power stations, and it's one worth mentioning. And you can probably see a hint towards it sitting right here on the side. So let me rotate this around. I currently have it charging because it just came in a while ago. So this is, again, a portable power station. We'll go over some of the features of it. The actual dimensions of it are 9.84 inches long by 7.48 inches wide by 9.45 inches tall. So it's a very small form factor. It's not very large. It takes up a small footprint, which is really nice. Weighs about 18.7 pounds. So it's not super heavy either. Some of these things get to be extremely heavy. The chassis of it is really, really nice, and it feels super robust, and it's an alloy chassis, which is also very nice. This can do simultaneous charging and discharging at the same time, which means that we can plug something into it and we can pull power from it while we're also charging it. Some of them don't allow you to do that. But here's the key. This supports up to 200 amps worth of auxiliary jump start capability. So if you want to try to figure out what that's good for, this really isn't going to be great for your typical truck or diesel vehicle with a large displacement engine. Really, if you have like a 2.0 liter engine, that's probably going to be perfect. I'd venture to say this could probably even possibly start the GMC Denali with the 3-liter LZO diesel in it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I'm going to remove the battery just so I can test it out. But this is a cool feature because typically you have to carry two different things around. Like off to the camera right, I have a Tyrrell Chenergy 900 amp battery jumper that I use, and it works really well for my tractors and everything else, but it's about the same size as this. So the footprint of two items this size make them a little bit more cumbersome to carry around. You have to have two large items in the trunk of your vehicle. But with 200 amp hours of jump start capability, this is going to be great for a lot of different things. One of those may be to jump start a small battery on like a mower. One may be for a small towed vehicle, like a tow-around vehicle. One may be so you can use this to give you enough power for your front tongue jack to work on your trailer. Things like that. But just the fact that it actually has the jumper cables to be able to jump those items is pretty dang nice. It has lithium iron phosphate technology inside as your cell chemistry, 2,000 cycle life. It peaks out at 512 watt hours in terms of its normal output power, which is really nice. This is going to be great for charging laptops, phones, running a TV, running a small refrigerator, things like that. It's just a really, really good portable solution. Peak output for it is 1,000 watts, but that's only for 1 second. So that's going to be something like a compressor starting up and then allowing it to run after that. So typically your higher amp products are going to start up at a surge and then they'll drop back down for continuous running. Has overload as well as over temperature protection. I like that because they're actually being honest. A lot of the off-name brands that you see will say that they have over temperature and under temperature protection, but in fact they only have over temperature protection. So this has overload and over temperature protection, and they're not trying to advertise for something that it's not capable of. It's got 4 USB outputs, your standard USB right here, or USB-A. It's got a USB-C connection right here. It has DC outputs right here as well. Plus it has 220 volt AC outlets. This is where you would plug in your car jump starter also. And that would be via this cable right here. It would simply plug in right there. and then you could jump a vehicle with it. And again, it's not designed to jump anything super large, super crazy. This would be great for, again, jumping something smaller displacement vehicle, something you can keep in the trunk of your towed vehicle, something like that. Pure sine wave, of course. And it has a built-in MPPT charge controller also. So if you're going to be charging this with solar or DC power, it does have that MPPT solar charge controller built into it for regulating the voltage and amperage. But yeah, the standout feature on this specific unit is the fact that it has that jump starting capability. Everything else is kind of similar to other units this size from other brands, but I haven't ran across one yet that, again, gives you the lithium iron phosphate chemistry with the 12-volt jump starter. And again, not super high amperage, but it is certainly enough for some of your smaller vehicles, and I can appreciate that. And you can probably use these for a lot of other things, right? Almost anything that might need 12-volt power, you could plug in right here. And it also gives you some 12-volt output connections right here as well. You also have your solar charging cable right here. So you'd plug this into the back, and then you would simply plug this into your solar panels, which is the universal form of solar panel connection right there, which is very nice. And then you have an AC outlet right here also with a charging cable on it. So that's very handy. But very, very cool. I got to honestly tell you, this is one of those items that definitely makes a great gift. You keep it in the trunk of your vehicle, you keep it in your RV, you keep it for emergency reasons, and it's going to give you that capability of giving you a lot of functionality with the added benefit of giving you a true 12-volt output whenever you may need it. And again, 200 amps. That's not an insignificant amount if you're going to be starting something. That's not an insignificant amount for a lot of different functions, but it certainly is going to be insignificant if you're going to try to start like a big diesel pickup truck, some of your larger SUVs, some of your full-size vehicles. This may run into a bit of a challenge with those, unless the battery's not that dead, but just barely dead. And even then, you could probably keep this plugged in for a little while, get yourself enough juice on your battery so you can actually start it using the main battery. Anyways, I will put a link to this in the description of this video if this is something you're interested in. This retails for a little under $700. So it is not what I would consider to be super inexpensive, but it combines a lot of really great features together into a product that I think a lot of people can get use out of. So definitely think that it's a good idea for folks who are into technology, who may need that 12-volt power output right here, and who are looking for something that gives them everything from a standard 12-volt plug right there to 2 AC outlets, 4 USB, USB-C, and a solar charging capability. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. I'll put a link in the description of this video if this is something you may be interested in. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.